Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this special program tagged Dumo Lulu-Briggs 54 and Awesome Symposium. Today, we are going to talk about a great man. We are going to talk about a man who is known in Nigeria, a man whose birthday is on this special day, 13th of June, 2018. And here today, there are issues that we have outlined, special things that we are going to talk about this great man. And here with me are discussants, individuals that are going to, do justice to the issues that we want to discuss here today. And at my far right, I have a young man, a vibrant gentleman, a young intellectual, a student of the university, a political analyst by the name Daniel Hubert. Next to him is a very vibrant young lady, a PRO of a very prominent NGO in River State known as PCA, Progressive Change Alliance, and she's Constance Ocha. At my far left, we have another young lady who is representing the university student community, and she's known as Isosia Benson. Now, at my immediate left, I also have a very young individual, someone who is very vibrant and intellectual, who is also the vice president of Dumo Lulu-Briggs Youth Foundation. He is known as Tamono Toyin Felix.
Good afternoon, guys. Thank you, Chief.
You're welcome. And we also have the audience who will also join in this program, ask questions when the time comes for that. And right now, I want to go straight into the program okay? But before we do that, I want to also introduce myself. My name is Woke Uche Emmanuel. And on the list that I have here are very beautiful questions that have been put forward today for us to know the personality of the man, Dumo Lulu-Briggs. And the first question will go to my sister, Constance Ocha. Constance Ocha, there have been a lot of talks about Dumo Lulu-Briggs. Dumo Lulu-Briggs is a man that is making wave in Nigeria. A man you can consider a brand. A lot of people talk about him, and most things people say about him, they talk about his philanthropy, talk about his leadership style, they talk about his mentorship, and all manner of things about him. There are testimonies. So today you've been gathered to discuss and to do justice to all these things, all these testimonies that people have of him. And to start with you, I want to ask, how do you describe Dumo Lulu-Briggs? In your own way, how do you describe him?
Thank you very much. I'll start by describing the man, Chief Dumo Lulu-Briggs, as an untapped blessing to the good people of River State and Nigeria at large. He is a pronounced philanthropist who has actually helped the less privileged over time. Chief Dumo Lulu-Briggs has the capacity to unify humanity, irrespective of your tribe. He is a pretty good fellow par excellence, a man that has been appreciated and loved by all. When I mean all, the old and the young, the rich and the not so rich, is a man loved by all. Chief Dumo Lulu-Briggs is a tribalized Nigerian with a humble and articulated personality. His charisma, permit me to say, is 101%. Chief Dumo Lulu-Briggs is a God-fearing man, a man that puts God first in all of his doings, a man that loves mankind. He also has this belief that success is nothing unless what you do contributes to the welfare of others. He also believes that life is better when you're happy, but life can actually be at its best when others are happy because of you. So with these and others, I might not be able to say here today because of our time. I can boldly describe the man, Chief Dumo Lulu-Briggs, as a total man. Thank you very much.
Wow, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Now, to you, my friend Toyin Felix, there is also the saying that Dumo Lulu-Briggs is youth-friendly. And today, you happen to be the vice president of Dumo Lulu-Briggs Youth Foundation. Now, I want you to tell the audience and those who are viewing us from the other side, how friendly Dumo Lulu-Briggs is. Please.
Thank you, Uche. In your introduction, you failed to also point to the fact that the man we are celebrating today, this awesome gentleman, happens also to be our grand patron in the Dumo Lulu-Briggs Youth Foundation. On my way here, I had a discussion with a friend, and she asked me, "So how old is DLB?" And I said 54, and she was wowed. I understood her because she said she felt it was either in his early 30s or in his late 40s. You see, the personality and the character of Dumo Lulu-Briggs gives expression to a very well shared assertion that being a youth is a very fluid concept. It cannot be found in, or it cannot be best described in some age milieu. Being a youth has to be something of your heart. And so I would want to say, and many of my type would say, that the man Chief Dumo Lulu-Briggs is a youth. And himself being a youth would always love youth. So I would like to talk about his love for young people. Dumo Lulu-Briggs is a man that believes that the young people in our society today are an untapped resource. He believes so much in the abilities of every young person that comes around him. He tells you time and time again how the institutions, in their time growing up as young people, how institutions helped them to become better persons. If you hear him speak, you would want to believe that he's schooled somewhere abroad or somewhere in developed climes. But he's schooled in this same environment. And he tells you that the society then was born of love. In fact, he tells you that he had more food to eat in the house of his neighbor than he had in his house. But the society today is far from that. Our morals, our institutions are all in a level of decadence. So DLB is a lover of young people. He gives his time, he gives his resources, he commits himself to the advancement and the development of young people. Recently, I think some 2 weeks back, he donated some computer sets to a center in Ahoda for young people to gather ICT skills. That's all about the man. How to push young people from point A to point B. And so it's all about love for the younger generation.
Wow. 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 Dumo Lulu-Briggs is a youth. Dumo Lulu-Briggs loves the youth and wants to make youth move from point A to point B. Wow, that's lovely. Okay. To my next discussant, Mr. Hartley Hubert. That name sounds very foreign. Okay, Mr. Hubert, you heard Tony Felix. Tony Felix talked about how friendly Dumo Lulu-Briggs is and how he's so passionate about the development of youth and actually gives them the opportunity to advance, you know. And he also gave an instance of how Dumo Lulu-Briggs provides skills acquisition programs and even sponsors such programs for youths to have the opportunity to upgrade their skills and maybe discover their talent. Now, I want to ask you, my friend, what do you think about the fact that he's a mentor? Because, you know, in our society, there are people, self-acclaimed mentors. You know, a lot of people claim to be mentors, and there are also young people who ascribe that title of mentorship to some individuals, hoping that actually they are learning from those persons. Now, but we all know that there are virtues, there are principles that actually qualify one a mentor, a good mentor per se. So I want to know, Dumo Lulu-Briggs, granted he's a mentor, but is he a good mentor? Can you describe him as a good mentor?
Thank you very much, Mr. Uche, for your question. Of course, he is a good mentor. You know, you will come to that conclusion very easily if you look at what a good mentor brings to a mentee. A good mentor must show commitment to the success and development of his mentee. And Dumo Lulu-Briggs exemplifies that. It's explained in his everyday activity. You know, somebody at his level with his schedule and time, you know, still finds out time, you know, week in, week out, to be with his mentees, you know, talk people into doing the right things. He takes personal interest into in the issues of all the young people around him. He attends to them personally. They are not delegated except he's not around. That shows commitment to ensuring that young people succeed. But beyond that, because almost everybody can do that, beyond that, what he does is he also empowers the people. Okay, he provides platform for you to succeed, to excel, to thrive. For instance, look at what we are doing here today. We are all young people, talking about who he is. Very rarely do you find opportunities like this given to young people, to showcase, what they have inside, But Dumo, at every, opportunity, once he finds that you have a talent, he makes it open, makes room open for you to succeed and all of that. So that's one thing that a mentor also, brings to a mentee. And finally, Dumo leads by example. Okay, and that's what a mentor should do. You don't just you don't just pour us. You go ahead to show us how to live, and he leads by example. You cannot connect him to any toxic communication. He's a politician, and we know the situation in our state today and in the country, the way people talk and all of that. You cannot connect him to all of those kind of communication, and he says it to us time and time again. Do not disrespect those people at various leadership positions, whether you support them or not. And it's very rare to find that kind of mentorship. A lot of people will tell you to do what they say and not what they do, but Dumo tells you to do what he does. So for me, he is a good mentor.
Wow. A lot of people will tell you to do what they say and not what they do. But Dumo Lulu-Briggs is a man that acts and expects you to emulate his actions. And then Dumo Lulu-Briggs discourages young people from abusing or being disrespectful to those in authority. That's a very good line. Well, now let's go to my sister, Isosia Benson. Isosia Benson, you've heard a lot of things, a lot of testimonies about how Dumo Lulu-Briggs is a good man, is a philanthropist, is a good leader. Now, what makes him different? Because, of course, there are people in the society today who also claim to be good philanthropists and all manner of things, So what makes him different, please?
Thank you very much for this question. What makes Chief Dumo Lulu-Briggs different? Are so many. I cannot name it all. But one special thing that stands him out is that he is goodness oriented. The act of his philanthropy is goodness oriented. His philanthropy is original because it is not geared towards any gains. Rather, it is a culture that is imbibed in him from the family he comes from. So
you're saying that it is actually something
it's in him. It's in his DNA. So I respect his diligence. I honor his service to humanity. Thank you.
That's lovely. That's wonderful. Okay, you heard from my discussant. I think it's time to give the audience the opportunity to throw questions. But before we go to the audience, we'll have to take a short break. We'll get back to you. Thank you very much. Welcome back. Welcome back. We are still talking about the man Dumo Lulu-Briggs. Dumo Lulu-Briggs, 54 and awesome. Dumo Lulu-Briggs, 54 and awesome. Wow. Okay, we are back, and this is time for the audience to ask my discussants questions to also know more about the personality Dumo Lulu-Briggs. I don't know if there is anyone among you, my audience, who would want to ask a question. Okay? All right.
Question goes to Mr. Toye, the Vice President of Dumo Lulu-Briggs Foundation. And my question goes, many people today in our society talk about leaders, and so many to stand up to say that they are leaders. I want to know if you consider Dumo Lulu-Briggs a good leader. That is my question. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. If I consider Dumo Lulu-Briggs a leader, he is my mentor, much more than being a leader. But then, when we talk about the concept of leadership, leadership can be seen from different perspectives. I mean, a leader of a gang, a leader of a cult group is a leader. But I would want to say that Dumo Lulu-Briggs is a good leader, and is a leader that we can recommend to the generality of humanity. My friend Hubert said earlier that DLB does not just talk the talk, he walks the talk. With DLB, leadership is an exemplary lifestyle. He's been consistent. Constance Ochia, when she started, she said that one of the philosophies of DLB, if you've been around him, is that life is at its best when you are happy. But then life is better when the society, when others are happy as a result of you. And so DLB believes in the community, he believes in communal living, he believes in sharing, he believes that whatever positions you have, whatever resources you have, is not just for you alone, but it's for you and the next person seated by you. And so DLB is an exemplary leader. That's all I can say about that.
Okay, DLB is an exemplary leader, and I think that's a good quality of leadership. Any other person with any question? All right. Did you hear that? If DLB is one that you can emulate.
Absolutely, yes. He's somebody you can emulate. Why? He's tolerant, and very flexible. There are very few leaders or politicians, so to say, that you will find with different kind of people across board around them, and they still tolerate them and work with them. DLB is somebody that you see people from across party lines, across board, everywhere, working with him in his foundation, and he accommodates all of them. His philosophy is inclusiveness is better than exclusiveness. Okay, and everybody who has something to offer should come on board and partake and showcase what they have to offer. Okay, so and I think that's a good quality for us to emulate, especially in our country today, where people are more tribalistic and more of my people, this one, where are you from, and all of that. But with him, he doesn't look at where you're from, he looks at what you have and what you can bring to the table. DLB is people oriented. Okay, he takes special interest in what will the next man benefit as a result of where I am, as a result of the opportunities I have. Okay, he's somebody that is visionary. Okay, he has great vision. He wants to see a world of peace. He has vision for young people. He wants to see a world where young people like you and I will step up to the plate and begin to make our voices heard, and begin to make the necessary impact that we need to move this nation forward. So to that extent, I would say that DLB is an enzyme for us, to young people, to emulate.
DLB, according to Hubert, does not judge you from. He gives you the opportunity to showcase your talent. He gives you the opportunity to express, your capacity, and does not discriminate. Is that not what you said? Okay. Wow. I don't know if any other person has something to say from the audience. All right. she wants to know about Dumo Lulu-Briggs philanthropy.
Thank you very much for that very interesting question. I would like to, I would like to, I would like to rewind a bit. Sometime last year, we had a partnership with Google where we trained Nigerians, young people, in acquiring digital skills to be able to function in the 21st century. And in that program, I overheard DLB say, he said there are two most important days in the life of a man. The first is the day you were born, and the second is the day you discover why you were born. And that for him, he has discovered that he was born to help people. He was born to lift people from point A to point B. And so if you want to talk about DLB and philanthropy, I want to say that DLB is philanthropy. He lives it, he walks it, he does it. He has even taken philanthropy a step further by creating what we know as the Dumo Lulu-Briggs Youth Foundation. Dumo Lulu-Briggs Youth Foundation is a platform for mentorship. It's a platform he has created to teach young people the required skills, what has made him succeed as a man. And you should not be surprised in the next few years if you begin to see 100 or 200 of his type reproduced in us. And so DLB is philanthropy, and philanthropy is DLB.
Wow. DLB is philanthropy, and philanthropy is DLB. Okay, that's nice. Now, we will need to get more reactions from the audience. I don't know if there's anybody who wants to also ask a question or okay.
Thank you very much. You know, wishes are prayers, and I want to use the opportunity to wish an icon this, that I wish God to bestow upon him the wisdom of Solomon. You know, wisdom is the principal thing. In all you're getting, get understanding. And the Bible also made me to understand that wisdom is profitable to direct. So I wish him this day the wisdom of Solomon and long life. Thank you very much.
Wonderful wish, if you ask me. Now, I want my discussant to, as we're rounding up with this event, with this program, I would like you to make your final comments about this man, Dumo Lulu-Briggs, using very short time. Some seconds, please make your final comments.
To a special man like Dumo Lulu-Briggs, I personally bow to his service to humanity, and on this day of his birth, I celebrate him now and always. I wish that he conquer as usual, live regally and royally, and then I wish that his visions for life are all actualized. Happy birthday, my principal.
Wow, what more can I say? At 54, I would want to thank God for the life of DLB. Would want to sincerely thank God for a gift of a man like DLB to youth of our time, to young people of our time. We cannot ask for more than just to say thank you to God who has kept him, who has strengthened him, and we pray that God will continually do that which he has been doing in his life, so that humanity can be better reached. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay, I would like to say that as we celebrate him, we should not just be carried away with the fanfare and all of that, but beyond that, young people should begin to tap into this DLB mindsets and philosophy and way of doing things, so that come 2-3 years from now we'll begin to have, like our brother said, more DLBs across board. And I want to use this opportunity to wish him happy birthday. Let me also say that I'm excited to be sharing the same birth date with him. I wish him happy birthday and many happy returns.
Thank you. We all know that you can't give what you don't have. So he's a man that has enough to give, as in knowledge and his art of giving. So I want to use the opportunity to wish an icon at 54 and awesome happy birthday and happy returns. Thank you.
Wow. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard from all the discussants today. It's been a symposium, a very wonderful discussion about a man, a great man, who clocked 54 on the 13th of June 2018. Now, joining my discussant, I want to also wish this great man a happy birthday to a man, Dumo Lulu-Briggs. 54 and awesome. 54 and awesome. 54 and awesome. A happy birthday to Dumo Lulu-Briggs.